Good morning, guys. It's Goose here. Welcome to May. So, ready for a great month ahead, and welcome to STN Stock Talk. Hopefully, you guys have checked us out over at stocktraders.net. Please, guys, come join us over there. We have a free trading floor. We do have a premium site as a free trial if you want to check out what we're talking about with turbo scans and screen sharing. It gives you a couple days to check it out, or a few days. Hopefully we see you there. Every day we're trying to put this together, guys. It's just free to you. We want to offer something back to to the trading community. We ask you guys that you're always liking our video. It helps us a lot, and it doesn't cost you anything to spread the word. If you appreciate what we're doing and you're viewing this every day, tell your friends about it. It helps us, and we appreciate it very much. And we're just trying to continue to broaden our community. So we appreciate that very much, guys. Everything that we're coming to you every day with is not a solicitation. We're just showing you ideas every day on certain things that we're moving, certain things we see on the daily, or certain research that we've done. Do your own homework. Make sure you're making your own decisions. Read the disclaimer that's up on the screen. And with all that behind us, and I know that you'll read the description in the or the disclaimer in the description section, let's get right to it. We got quite a few names on the watch list this morning, so I'm going to turn it right over to Ricky. So, Ricky, let's get going, man.
Good morning, Goose, and good morning, everybody. I'm a little upset. I thought Goose was in agreement that we were going to go away in May, but he called me this morning and said Stock Talk's still a green light.
No chance, buddy.
Not a chance? Okay. So first thing I'm looking at today, guys, let's get right into it, is the one I know everybody wants to hear about, and that's HTBX. It is the Ricky tip, and I've already talked about it, I think, twice previously in Stock Talk, so I don't want to bore you with all the details. You definitely can go back and look up those episodes. We did do a reverse split right around towards the beginning of the year. Puts the OS at like 5.6 million. The float's around 5.1 million. But they have an offering that is, they're just waiting for their notice of effectiveness. And we've been seeing this a lot lately with things like, look at CHEK or ZSAN, or, you get these tickers where everyone knows the raise is coming, and it actually backfires in the shorts' faces because they're early, they're stubborn. Don't be early, guys. Don't be stubborn. Learn how to wait for the backside. We are gapping up. It's not looking as strong as it was this morning, but that doesn't mean anything, because as soon as that bell rings and the volume comes pouring in, lots can change. So this is going to be played from the short side, at least in my eyes, but it has to be played with patience. You need to let it come to you and let it set up. You guys got the 200-day way up there at 4, and that's not out of the question. But the raise that's on the horizons is, I think, for a little over $17 million. They're not playing games. These guys are going to get their money, but you got to wait for the music to stop. That's all I'm going to say about them, because I have covered them before. We're going to move on, guys. SCYX is the next turd in play. And listen, it did pop. They had news on fast track, FDA fast track. I've got hopes for it. I don't know if it's dead yet. I think maybe some of the community may catch this, try to run it up. They did a raise in March for 17.7 million common at $1.69, and you can see that since they did that, everybody that bought that is underwater. So I think $1.69 is the price to watch. It's the first level. There's also 13.3 million warrants at $1.85. There's another 8 million warrants at $2. They had 11.5 million cash at the end of the year. They burned like $2 million a month. If it wasn't for that raise in March, they'd be out of money. So obviously that's why they did it. So cash isn't the problem, but I do believe the overhead supply is. That's how it's going to be played. I'll be waiting for the backside if that thing pops. But just know, I will be bringing Thor's hammer if that thing gets up into the levels I'm watching. The next thing on my list, guys, is THC, and no, not the drug. It is actually earnings winner, and you can see, like I always talk about with the earnings, I love to see these 3-month or longer bases built, and we have one right here, guys. We got a nice 3-month base almost since the last earnings, and it's right under this SCYX number of 25. So breaking above that and looking for that level to hold should offer some strength for this. So if it sets up properly, I will be looking to get long on THC. That's everything for me, guys. As Goose said, it's the first day of the month. Let's go out there and play discipline and be smart. So I'm gonna let Goose show you what's on his list, and then I'll be back to say goodbye.
Thanks, Ricky. Great job as always. And there is a lot out there, guys. It's pretty funny going through the scans today. And Ricky and I were talking. I mean, there's so many names out there. It's insane. And we were talking this morning because a lot of these ideas we're giving you, it's always a if this happens, then we do this. And you don't need to be in the premium room to ask questions whether, hey, you still like the long on this you mentioned, whether it was an AGN or something else we were looking at. Don't be shy, guys, to jump in there and get some opinions and follow up on some of the things that we speak about. I'm going to jump right in and I'm going to talk about Alibaba first. And this one hit my alert system. And there's a couple things that I like about this. I like the curl starting to happen on the 20-day, as you can see. It's all based on the daily, what I'm looking at, just so you guys know. I understand all the stuff and news that can come out regarding tariffs and things like that. So always going to be nimble. But this closed above the 200-day, which is a big sign for me. So what I'm hoping for, I see it off a little bit, and this is exactly what I was hoping for, is I wanted to see it open up red today. Give me an opportunity in that 177.50 area. See how it holds, see if it holds a 200-day, get a nice entry, nice risk reward as far as what I'm looking for, and then a push up through 180 on its way towards the 50-day. And like I mentioned to the room this morning, guys, when I say up towards 183, obviously that's not my final target on something like that. I might be, gone on this name, taking $2 or $3 and let it continue to go. I'm just saying that's where I see this name and the gap in this name, as you can see right here. So we'll see, where my entry is and where I want to start taking trades, whether it's +1, +2, or whatever. So I do like the opportunity on this, and I like the setup on the daily. So that's what I think about Alibaba right now. AKAM, I'm going to jump into. And we talked about this a little bit also this morning. What I'm looking at, I drew some fibs earlier just on the pre-market stuff, as you know I do. And what I was looking at is a 73 area as a possible entry. Right in my pocket right now. I'm hoping for some sort of wash at the open, maybe down towards 73, maybe even a little better, where I'll start my position. A lot of times what I'll do on something like this is if I see a wash, I might start a quarter size or something like that. When it reconfirms, I'll add to it, and then I could always add to my winner. So that's the best way that I've found to play these things. But I like this, in this pocket, if I could get a starter position here. Really great numbers, good guidance. Everything about it looked good. Nice on the daily. It's going to open up above this level right here. It appears, or right at it. And I see there's plenty of room in here. So, I think there's going to be a nice trade set up for a long. Obviously, guys, I know I'm just calling out two longs here, and I'm going to talk about a short also opportunity. You got to watch the market as well, guys. So just keep your eyes on the market. And lastly, SGMO. Was actually brought up by one of the gentlemen in the room. And I actually like the trade setup. And I talk about these guys all the time about throwing ideas. And this is just the idea on this. They did a raise, and I think it was 16.25. And what I think on this is a lot of times after they come with the raise, there's a little bit of a follow through after the next day or two. And that's what I'm hoping on this. So it's up a little this morning, which is okay. And obviously I'm going to be patient on this, but it closed below the 200-day. And to me, this is a broken name right now. You got to raise at 16.25. So what I'm looking for, as you can see, is a push into the 1640 area possibly. Let it stuff a couple times there. That's where I'd be looking for an entry, maybe trade against 1650, and look for a fade back down into the mid-15s. I think this thing is going to have another stuff today. But again, I'll wait. I'll trade against a certain level. I do like the idea of a fade. I feel it's broken when they close on a 200-day. I think there's going to be more selling on this name and people that don't want to stick around when there's a bunch of stock out there at 16.25. So I'm hoping for a follow-through day today for more downside. So, and it doesn't mean I'm going to start at 1640. If it wants to stop at 1610, 1620, I might, start to put half my position on in that level and use 1640 as a level, as a guide in my head, that if it wants to trade up to, whether I want to take it off and restart it or what. But I think there's a nice opportunity there. Lots on the watch, guys, and this is really important. Is we were talking about a symbol earlier. I'm trying to remember which one it was, and we were saying, don't marry these things. I think it was a FDC. I actually think, the FDC looks like an interesting long, the way they soaked it up there yesterday. But just talking about certain things, just in general, guys, is don't marry these things. Like if it's not working for you and see it holding a level and it starts to clear and it clears VWAP, there's nothing wrong with taking it off and revisiting that idea and that trade. Don't just marry it and fight it all day, and you miss the other 10 opportunities across your path to make the money back. Be smart, guys. It's the 1st of May. Let's have a great day today, and looking forward to a wonderful month. I think it's going to be an amazing month this month. I think, earnings are looking good so far. I'm excited about the month, and I'll end on that note. So, Ricky, back to you, man. Let's have a great day. See you tomorrow at 9:05, guys.
Thanks a lot, Goose. I'll see you over at stocktraders.net. And guys, I do want to point out, we're only able to give you guys our ideas, and they're always if-then statements. And so, like, for instance, Goose was just talking about FDC, and I talked about FDC yesterday in Stock Talk as possibly wanting it for a short. But you can't just listen to the Stock Talk and then go off and trade it. You need to either have your own plan and know how you're going to execute it, or come over to stocktraders.net and see how we're actually trading it. Because if you were in the community, you would see that there wasn't really a short on it. We took a short, we locked in some small gains on it, but then it held, and there was no reason to be stubborn and hold it. And there's other trades, that we'll mention in Stock Talk. And if you're only watching the YouTube live stream, then you're probably doing yourself quite the disservice, because you may see a call we make or something and it doesn't go as planned, and you have no idea that the whole community never touched it because it never set up correctly. So you guys need to come over to the community at least just to see how we're actually trading them after we have the ideas, because an idea is one thing, but execution is everything. So come over to stocktraders.net, get yourself a plan, because without a plan, you have no trade. Protect your capital, stay safe, get out there and crush it. Peace.